All right, hello, hello, hello. As we are ready in our Viking insanity, our mythic journey in the legends of Issyrla here upon Wednesday night. We find ourselves deep within the territories. Um, and right now, upon the west coast of Issyrla, where uh, a murder seems to have occurred, and because of this, there has been quite a bit of worry, it seems, including people being tested and questioned among to gain entry into the town. But our heroes have been able to fast track themselves through a process promising a great night of performing arts, mostly put forth by Nala. And as such, it has been a great gathering. The legends of her performance from the last time she was here had made their way throughout the town. And of course, it hitting official ears and a promise, not to mention the gears and wheels that were turned and pulled in order to get her to play has become quite a thing of note. And thusly has been advertised by criers rather, for the last few hours. You've heard of the great bard Nala, the barbarian songstress herself, um, being advertised throughout, and it is a definitive full night. As we open, not only is it full within the immediate tavern here, the walls over the last hour or two have actually been undone a bit, widening the place, making some temporary walls and roofs. That seems like it's done before. It's not entirely impossible for them to have done this. They've done this for special things before, thus really making the entire area about three times the size it was, accommodating a lot of people. And even then, there were others sort of gathered on the outskirts listening uh, as they can. Um, and in addition, brought close to the stage itself, you can see an object that seems to be made of platinum and silver, inscribed not in the languages of giant and wild person here. Uh, it's not of the tribes, but rather bears upon it uh, deific symbols, those that some of you may have seen, the supposed deities that the eastern lands are said to worship. And it glows slightly, and as people get near it, it seems to amplify their voice. And passersby communicate they've seen this near lecterns in different areas in the temples, these made to project the voice and to help people understand things that has been placed here for this, which is improved spirits a bit. And already you've heard how it's kind of seen as the Vasselheimians here um, trying their best to give peace offering, or let them know that they are in on the fun. But with that, the beer and mead is already flowing. And of course, now that you're a performer, you also get breaks between sets. Do such things. If you want to say any about anything in particular about your first set here.
Okay. Well, she'll hold off on her song for Torhilda, because she feels like that one's going to be good toward the middle. So she's going to just start with a classic, and that would just be to once again do the N song for the owners, as that one's always a very popular draw. And so it just kind of starts kind of lively, and she's spent some time to, get herself all ready for the performance. Got on her performer's outfit, and her harp is freshly polished, and she's set up in a very nice area right toward the center of the room, so that whenever she goes there, she can kind of play and people gather around to drink and dance and sing along. And then she ends that set and puts down her harp so that she can rejoin the others.
With that, people are laughing, and many a person is making their way. You see leaders of tribes, some of the guards. There actually does seem to be a bit rotation. Those some actually have a special little medal that kind of means that they shouldn't be drinking at this, as they might go on duty, while others are coming off duty, and people have tried to embrace this time of enjoyment. But is there anybody wanted to try to talk to?
Well, Azariah, while he is coming and approaching this with leisure, I think he has interest in maybe meeting several key figures that could help in saving Skullfeld, right? Like whether it is other clan leaders of distinguished clans, or any disillusioned zealots from Vasselheim that might be sympathetic to some plights of the clans. Or maybe even some resistance leaders, if he hears any whispers of underground movements that might be resisting the Vasselheim control. That maybe I can seek out their leader, and his valuable connections maybe can help liberate Skullfeld and things like that. So any one of those people that might be here, I would be looking for. I just don't know any specifics.
Easy enough. Yeah, like I said, when I kind of said you can find out who, this is sort of what I meant. Like you're like a person like this, and that's totally legitimate. Sure. Because it kind of gives you all the driver's seats there. So absolutely. So looking here, you ask around a little bit and try to get kind of the skinny on a few of those politics, especially among the clans. And there is one of the larger ones of the scattered that make their home here. They are 15 people, which is sort of like the largest of the ones that are within this loose city. And but they're all very like warrior-esque, like it's a high-performing 15 here within Sionis. And you see the champion, or the head of it, kind of approaches you. You had to kind of get messages to them a little bit, like talking to somebody who talked to somebody, because it seems as he has a little guard that kind of keeps people from just approaching him. But well, you see much of it, he's been approaching, or having others approach him. He does come to you. Again, flanked by 3 people, but they kind of make a small circle so that people can't get too close to the 2 of you. And comes in, you can see a very large man, and it looks appearance human, but you can see Among his shoulders, which are bare, and kind of going up his neck, are scales. And his eyes are reptilian. He smiles with mostly all pointed teeth at you, but his face itself, not having a snout or anything, it's more flat like a human's. As he, I've heard you want to be talking.
Well, I think you heard right. My name is Azariah. Nice to meet you.
Azariah. Oh, good. It's good to meet you too. Heard of. Rumor says you're from the Skull Mountain, yes?
It is where I've been counsel for the last few years. I'm originally from the Morgval Isles. What is your name?
Mogvar. Interesting. I am Rondon. We are the tribe of the Silver Scale.
Nice to meet you, Rondon. I was hoping to engage in someone who might be interested in getting out of their situation here. Doesn't seem like your tin hat friends take too kindly to the clans.
They want to spread the worship of their gods, which by itself wouldn't be insane. Thought competing with thought. It's more, yes, they wish to purge us from our spirit ways, the elementals themselves. It's the fact that we're not to rely on what has kept us alive for hundreds of years, while they huddled in their city. Our ancestors worked and killed on this land, and now they think that their way is better, that the ways of hiding should take over the ways of hunting.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking, Rondon. We need to take back Schofield. It's a sacred land, but we need people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we would hope that people could settle there. And we leave it open to people who want to become anew.
I can get behind that, maybe.
Fighting against the tyranny of these tin hats.
I don't. What I'd be concerned about is that we go along with this. I have very little doubt that your ways and a victory won't make us want to be a part of whatever is being built. The fates and the seers of several tribes, several clans scream of the Skull folk have descended, and that change is on its way. It's fair enough, but I don't wish to yield the Sionis Valley with all its richness to these tin hats, as you say.
Well, then I would offer any magical support or offensive and defensive assistance I can in your resistance and fight when it comes to that against these zealots. But we will need help of recapturing Schofield first. But we plan to get more than just you following us. Hopefully a few others.
I see the value of recapturing that place to you. Indeed. As long as we get back, and with the help of your clan. I heard of the great treaty where you ought to take care of the titans that roam the lands. That's all well and good. But it's even more woe that we'll have to put in posts and settlements to keep the tin hat influence of Sionis from spreading to the greater valley.
Well, currently we have a growing population in Nebulheim, which we have settled by near the three rivers joining it in the valley there. But
Alright. Then, if your clan agrees to secure the areas here in Sionis against the Vasselheim incursions, we will lend our aid in whatever we can. I will be a voice to the smaller clans as well to retake your home.
I would appreciate that a lot, Brandon. Thank you.
Just don't go back to your ways of living apart from the rest of us.
I don't think that was smart either. I think there was a reason that I came there, was attracted, and they let me in. It just so happens that a lot of the people on the council aren't original Scoffelians. It's like the city was calling for outsiders.
Sounds good then. If we can all survive the witch hunt against this murderer, maybe we can see it done. As it is now, be clear when you want to go, because it won't be easy to get back.
Who is this girl who died in unfortunate circumstances?
The High Missionary's daughter. That is what we have heard, and enough says it to be true. My son, I have not seen. He was friendly with her.
Do you suspect that it's possible that your son might be held captive by them?
To be true, they busted into our tents, took him. And yet they still do their little border inspections. Which means they haven't found anything yet. And also that my guess is they're holding him out of spite.
I will help you where I can, Brandon. Especially since you decided to support our cause.
Yes. If there's anything you end up being able to do, we'd appreciate it. But we're not so foolish to think that breaking them out would be a good thing for this place. It's likely things would just get worse for clans people, so...
Sometimes it's just all an exchange of knowledge. Can set apart someone from being underneath the foot to having the boot.
Yeah, very true. That's all we really heard of, was that, and, well, apparently her neck was tore out.
Oh, That sounds more like suspicions of the possible monsters or whatever that the people are looking for at the gates.
Indeed.
Have you ever heard of wolves with red fur that stand on hind legs?
In tales, it was said that if you traveled up in near Ithelden in the woods there, or too near the Utherspire, that there were woods. They would see these things that lived in caves, that they would take your clans and replace them. For us, when we were greater, once we would go east of the river, it was always watches in 3. No one ever goes alone. Someone's always on there. Say the wolf takes you, and changes you, and sends you back to your clan. Then they take the one, and then the next one. But sooner or later, your people in your clan lead you to wherever the wolves want you.
Do you know if these red wolves have anything that's going to harm them, anything that they're susceptible to?
No. Like I said, Art, it is said that no one ever faced one and is able to talk.
Yeah, I think you're leading a few of them here, me included.
Really? Then you know better than me. It was a tale of things to be avoided and watched out for, not to be fought. It was said that they only took easy prey. Cowards mostly. Only raining things down on the foolish and those who aren't taking precautions against them.
I think this is a time where tales become realities and stories take brave men.
Wouldn't be the strangest thing on this side of the mountain, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate the information nonetheless, Brandon. And I hope you enjoy the songs. Nala's really good.
She's good at what she does, that's for sure.
Before I let you depart, I am a wizard after all. Do you know any place that sells runes or maybe scrolls that I could copy inscriptions from?
Cells, no, but might know of a clan that keeps some of it around.
Well, if they are willing to trade, who's this clan? Maybe I can talk to them.
I think I'm ready to begin what we talked about, but for this, tell me what you need and I'll see what I can do with them. You're still new here, and I know you. I have a good feeling about you, Azariah, but I don't know these other people that you travel with. And once I do, maybe we can talk more about who all we have contact with. But for now, I can do you a favor and find something for you.
Nah, Well, I appreciate it. I guess maybe something as simple as finding my own magical help would be nice to start.
Help?
Yeah, it's like a familiar or something that can scout for me. Or
I see. Summoning, making the spirits flash to spy and distract your enemies. I know what you're talking.
yeah, that or something
Powerful.
that can get me away quickly without thought and 30 feet to any if I want.
All right, I'll see what I can do for you. But just keep your eyes open. It'll come quick when it comes.
Oh, thanks.
All right, what else we would like to do?
Unfortunately, I think all of the people that were primarily doing the investigating are gone.
I guess talk to. I want to speak to someone who is related to the victim.
All right. So, yeah, same about this. The only person who is here of that, or that is in the town, when I say here, is in fact the person they call the Grand Missionary or High Missionary.
Okay.
So finding them, you can see three robed sentries stand about 15 feet away from them, looking about, both at him and apart. He sits with everyone else. Seems to obviously make the ones assigned to keep an eye on him and keep an eye on those who might approach him somewhat nervous. And you saw him before. He seemed to be singing along, and even as other songs are sung in the set or between sets, he joins in. He seems very keen on helping everybody relax, and you see he's bought a few drinks. But you've seen as you kind of go up and observe, he's tried to buy a lot more drinks than he's been successful at. A lot of people refusing them. But he does wear platinum robes and still has a staff in his left hand, even as he sits, occasionally letting it go as it just sort of floats there. But it seems to be of pure metal, with at times a soft glow near the tip of it up top, housed by angular structure.
Do I get the feeling that he has handlers, like people who are like kind of controlling what he's doing tonight?
From you tell, you don't necessarily, not so much. Seems like he usually does, but he may have ordered them to back off. And so the sentries around, maybe though that's why like they seem look really nervous, because it's like not supposed to have these type of people around him.
Okay.
But he's kind of either ordered them or broke from them. It seems kind of unusual that he's doing this, but
So as the backup band is playing kind of a softer tune, she'll make her way over there, and since she's noticed that he's enjoyed the show, she'll kind of walk over and offer her hand down and say, "Mind if I have a dance?"
looks a dance. You sang quite beautifully. Do you dance beautifully as well?
Well, one way to find out.
He kind of gives a little look and a smile. I would be honored to dance with the talent of the evening.
Fantastic. And so I will hopefully kind of lead him away from anyone that was kind of in the corners there. And
You do see they kind of move to make so there's always like 3 triangulated around your position.
okay, then I'm going to use the crowd a little bit to try and have a conversation with him that I feel like he's able to speak to me a little freely without really giving away what he's talking about, kind of navigating the crowd a little bit while we dance. My name is Nala.
No.
And what, good sir, is yours?
Mine. I am. For this in this place, I am Herbert.
Herbert. Do you come to this city a lot?
It is my assignment. It's my assignment now. I'm here to help and see about spreading the gods' will here.
Oh, you work for a temple?
Yes. I am ahead of the efforts of Vasselheim. I was appointed by all the Greek temples there to come and be a representative. We built our first one, the grand one that has many of the prime deities represented. Not all in some fashion. And along with priests, and I built what you see, more or less, of Sionis. All that is on hard stone and metal building.
Ah, you must be the one I've heard of, the Grand Missionary?
Huh. Yes, that is my title.
Oh. And I kind of, my smile kind of disappears. I'm so sorry that I heard about what happened.
Yes. It is not a well-kept secret.
No, I guess not.
No.
Not a lot of people seem willing to even mention it.
Yes. I worry about it much. I've mourned my daughter, and I sought to have her perpetrators, those who killed her, captured for the good of all, and I'm very worried about what is coming because of it.
Worried about what's coming? Because you asked someone to deal with it?
Because we tried to lock down the city, try to find this murderer. This one who can use tooth and claw. And we have not found them.
You said tooth and claw?
Yeah. And instead, we've discovered a people who have some relation to wolves. And much of them have been slaughtered. In addition, clans people cannot come and go freely. And their ire at this is increasing. And those at home talk of sending in the paladins.
Oh. Well, I've only heard of a few things around here. I've heard of birds being torn apart. I don't know if that's related to wolves.
Possibly. But, needless to say, it weighs heavy on me in my quest. This whole effort has not become about my dear girl anymore. It's more just a reason for violence, I fear.
That must be incredibly frustrating.
That's why your appearance was of such good fortune. I wanted to do what I could to show that we're not enemies. We drink and we laugh. And as much as our presence here is unwelcome, we are here. The Grand God Council knows about this place now. They're not going anywhere.
These paladins you speak of, what are they like?
They are a particular group. In Vasselheim, if you follow a temple and make a certain oath, that oath becomes your law. A law that does not apply to others, but applies to you. You break this oath, you break the law, and are therefore imprisoned. These paladins are all oath breakers. A group made just for the purpose to be let loose like fire. To cleanse.
Who governs lawbreakers?
No one. They are let loose only at the Grand God Council's behest, and generally they just go until they cannot go anymore or are captured. Usually there's enough screws in them to make them hang up their swords when their bloodthirst ends, but there's thoughts of purging any trace of this animal folk from the place. Of course, that's not how it's stated in the halls. I'm doing what I can to stop it, but I have not found this murderer.
Exactly. In fact, I was just about to say, I'm with a group that travels, and if, with your permission, I wouldn't mind looking into this matter as a third party. Just for your daughter, of course. It sounds like everyone else has gone political.
See you. If they're able to do this, I'd be most appreciative. I can't promise it'll make things better, but for me, I would at least know that the one who killed my daughter came to justice. And, well, I might be able to see if I can do more from there. Want to be honest, I don't know if they'll let someone be found guilty, but
Sometimes just knowing is a lot.
Indeed.
Is there anything you've learned about possibilities or leads?
I'll tell you this. My daughter was courting several of the men here, which was fine. She was honest about it, like she told me she was. So all I really cared about was that these men understood that they were one of a few that she was considering. Just said, just be upfront, and it's fine. She was to meet a particular clansperson that night. That's what she told us. But as he was nowhere near, frankly, I tend to think that she had lied. She was doing something else, of which I don't know. But
Did your daughter have a friend here, a confidant?
her servant, Mary.
Did you say Mary?
Yeah, she is being held in the shipyards now. I am the missionary, but there are inquisitors here. Inquisitors felt that her inquisitors took her to the shipyards. She is to be shipped back to Vasselheim, but interrogated in the meantime. But she can be talked to.
And I know this is incredibly painful, but it might help with our investigation. When did you last see your daughter?
She was at dinner. She talked about her date with this young man. And she went off. And afterwards, we had gone against sending guards long ago. She just said the guards were mostly safe. Plus, it didn't help her dating life. So, that's the last time. At night. But she was in the Changebringers alley. Many people live there. It's not unusual for people to go to any of the god alleys, especially at night, to pray or to meet. So that is a particular one is of interest. But
That particular one was of interest. Oh, to her. I see.
yes, she followed him quite closely. To change things, she said that was her calling. I'm the Platinum Dragon myself, but I was proud of it. At any rate, that's where she went, and she was found roughly 6-7 hours later. Well, stomach missing, throat ripped out.
And what he's describing, if I understand, if I was following him correctly, is he saying that it looked like either this was set up to look like a wolf attack, or that it might be these figures associated with the wolf?
He doesn't know. What he
Okay.
was trying to say is that it's becoming so wide
Okay.
of people who have any association with animals or have any type of...
Okay.
Which you kind of saw how nervous they got of Layla.
Yeah.
So you saw like there's a level-headed person that kept things from going crazy. And so you get an idea that the amount of level-headed people here are very few, and he's trying to keep them, but it is decreasing rapidly.
Okay.
That is his worry, is too many. Not enough people to oversee the securities with level heads.
So as we kind of get back to where he was, I will just say, well, thank you for the dance, and I will definitely be in contact.
Of course. Alright, anything for Layla?
No, I think she's probably just standing near a window, kind of just looking outside, knowing she's not allowed to go out. Otherwise, if I recall, the guards are not happy, don't want her wandering around at night. And so she's kind of just not exactly happy that she's stuck inside at night. But she's also kind of just scanning the room for anybody that seems maybe particularly on edge, like they're only there just to kind of keep up appearances, not, you know, they don't necessarily want to be there, but they're there anyway. Does that make sense?
Sure, give me a insight check.
Ooh, that's a lot. 26.
Okay. So, on 26, I don't want to be there. You do see a person who sits way back in a corner at a table, all by themselves. It's almost like you don't think they've moved in quite a bit, but you haven't, almost like you haven't been able to lay eyes on them quite right. It was the more you're looking for someone who's unhappy and isn't fitting your eyes search, that it's almost like you uncovered them in the corner. They sit back. They have a knee on the chair next to them, and of which they are spinning a dagger upon, over and over, striking it as their eyes look through the crowd.
Telepathically, I'll try to point them out without actually, just verbally describing where they are, seeing if I can get Azariah or Nala to notice them.
I'll take a cursory glance that way to kind of register it.
This one seems odd.
Can we speak in our mind to you? Or is you only...
Technically, I don't think you can.
Okay.
So, but I'm kind of standing off by myself, so I think you'd have to come over.
Okay. Sure, yeah. I'll walk over. What about them?
not wanting to be seen, but still wanting to be here. It's a bad feeling.
Hmm.
What do you think, Azariah? If you're here.
If you want me to be honest, I think we should just say hello.
Actually, I like that approach.
Do you want to go with me, Nala?
Of course.
Well, Layla, why don't you look out just in case? I'm sure there's some saving that will be needed.
I will try to move closer, a little bit. Not going necessarily super close, but just a little bit closer.
Okay, try to get a little closer. You're able to do so.
Yeah, and then Nala and I are gonna go up to that figure.
Okay. So Nala and Azariah come on up and get close, and they almost look at you strangely and kind of sit down. And oi, sharp eyes, don't you have?
Yes, I wasn't too sure if it was me having a real good night or you having a bad night.
Witnessing people celebrating when there's a murder on the loose.
What do you know of that?
Do I know?
It's actually something that my friends and I heard when we came here and have been asking about ever since. It's almost been like our own gift to the party.
You're those Scald fellows, right?
That is us, yes.
The myths themselves.
Myths? Really?
Some people talk of you, but I tell you this. From a myth to another. I'm aware she was working on something. There had been several thefts. And many of the clans asked me to see what I can do. And I began working with her on it. We ran into each other on the trail of it.
She was investigating the thefts.
From where she could, and I was investigating them from where I could.
What was... Did these thefts have anything in common? What were they stealing?
Runeskins.
A what?
Runeskin. It's a course good Fillions. You don't need the runeskins. They record rituals of the people. Magic. But they are written upon with blood. And within usually less than a day of a creature being killed. The blood of the creature upon its skin. And it holds the power. Many had gone missing.
And now I will sit down and take more of an interest. You said from one myth to another. You've probably seen me. I like to learn things, stories. What do they call you?
My clan was back from when the clans ruled together instead of separate. This could be another myth, but it is said there is a city that they built. It's more several camps that were made by the council of the clans. The alliance is all made in that name still. Well, we were said to be the clan that wasn't a clan. We were those of Shadow. Even almost playfully kind of touches the table, and you can see the shadows begin to move about and show what he's talking about in images.
Have I ever... I'm sorry,
Sorry?
go ahead. I was just going to ask if Nala had ever heard of a story like this.
You wouldn't have.
Okay.
So, but I'm the only one left that I know of. I am a clan of one, and as such, to keep peace, I also choose to not be in any other, lest the legends grow out of control. That's why I was asked to look into it.
Do you know what's the best thing about being a clan of one?
Oh, no kills to share.
It makes you the most important.
That I guess. But
I think there's a lot that you have to offer, and we might in return if to help solve this mystery once and for all.
yes,
Well, I've never heard of the Clan of One. It sounds incredible that you've existed here all this time. And I was just wondering, the missionary's daughter,
yes.
did she seek you out?
No. We ran into each other quite literally, actually. We both were investigating the same abandoned building. She put an arrow in my leg. I put a dagger in her shoulder about the same time. I came behind her and she shone light, and I think it was around there we realized that we weren't looking for each other. She didn't have the right boots.
As you seem to be a friend of hers, one thing we'd like to know as well is how she died, who killed her. Perhaps there's something you can do to help us. We've come to learn of a young woman named Mary, but she's under careful guard. With you being someone who operates in the shadows, perhaps there's a way we can work together to find out things from her.
It's not impossible. I know of Mary. We keep her under tight guard, though.
Yes. They're going to be taking her to Vasselheim soon.
If you want it in, I might be able to help with a distraction. Lessen the gods that you'd have to get by, one way or the other. If you're looking for entirely non-violent, I could smuggle the letter into her, asking her questions that she could write an answer down to. Beyond that, we're breaking you in to talk to her or breaking her out.
Understood.
At this point, if it helps take down this thing, that's good. I had originally thought it was clans people stealing from other clans. But it was interesting. They wore metal shoes. Specifically ones that had a footprint in the bottom to leave a bare foot, as most of the clans would use when doing secret work.
Are these like ankle greaves, or perhaps special boots created?
I think they're special. Made for the purpose. I had found that the clan blacksmith, at least the ones I was able to check, probably was as involved. But it led me to believe it was from the gods folk. That they were taking clan skin rune skins. She thought that they might be experimenting, trying to change or learn from clan magic.
Any chance these might be Oathbreakers?
Not familiar with that group.
Holy
They're-
warriors who have turned their back on their creeds.
Seemed like sophisticated thieves to me, but she said that she had gotten new information. And we ought to meet in the alley of the Chainsbringer. I came upon, well, what was left of her.
I heard her stomach was removed, her throat
Yes.
torn.
Indeed.
What do you think caused it?
I don't know. But whatever it was, wrote a message in runes, blinded me for 3 days. Only to get my sight back to see what this place had become. Simply said in blood, look no further.
Blood, look no further.
In blood, yeah. It was written in blood.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Okay.
Upon reading it, the spell activated.
I see. That's very advanced magic. I look at Azariah. Any thoughts?
It definitely seems like someone took simple forms of runing and incantation magic and doing a ritual, but I'd like to take a closer look to see maybe where, if I know if this is like from a particular clan or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Or maybe they show you it's long gone. It was like put into the stones and washed away by now.
Oh, okay.
This was days ago. It was Good tale of Sagromancers. Not sure if this was it, but it sure was effective. And he looks like somebody has a delivery. Indeed. And you see a person coming up to you directly, Azariah, carrying like what looks like a big coat. It goes, as requested, a coat for the upcoming winter. May the winds keep far from your skin.
Yes, they will. Thank you. And I put it on and gotta stay warm.
Put on, as you begin, you can see on the inside of the coat is complicated markings inscribed in blood.
Ooh.
And your eyes go over, you do believe it is the spell Find Familiar.
Oh, nice. Oh. I will keep that and put it somewhere on me. And I'll continue the conversation. And my apologies. Like I said, you must stay warm. But, ooh.
Fancy.
Very cool. Yeah, it's very, very fancy.
Oh, look. Oh, okay. Yeah, got like the little paw print in the hand.
Right. Little acorn on top. Oh,
And
snap.
he's the only one who sees that, correct?
Yeah, I'm like looking in the coat.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably share it later. I gotta study it. But back to do. Actually, I wasn't really. Well, I guess I did come over to where we're talking to the mission, the guy there. Did he ever say what his name was, or no?
He is not.
I didn't think he did. Okay.
He gave a name, but I got the feeling that wasn't his real name.
Yeah, it wasn't like his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Those people, the ones that study that magic, ones that I definitely have interest in, but there's many things that seem to be pertinent. It seems like the more knowledge we get to the situation is more dire. It's like we are living in the times of myth, as you say.
Indeed. Indeed, we do seem to be living these times. The last of the myths. You tell me what you need me to do with this, Mary. Anything that can help us figure out what happened to
Yes.
this, I am willing to help.
My gut tells me we should write a letter, but I would like for more voices in terms of what those questions would be. So is there a place we could give you that item or leave it?
Place it on this table if I'm not here.
Okay.
He kind of smiles as he looks up, and you can see there are several runes carved in the wood around here. Let's just say I made it my own.
Ah.
So not that you've seen it. You can find it. We can use it for now. So now I have to make a new one.
Wow.
This guy is very interesting, as we see. I'm like just thinking this in my mind. But anyways, Oh well, I guess I guess since I feel like maybe that these runes might not be here when we look at this space next time. Am I able to look at them and maybe determine their origin or what they might do?
You can do an Arcana check.
Yeah. All right. Rolling dice. All right. 21.
21. They in particularly seem to made to like hide a person who'd be sitting here or people.
Okay.
Especially from those looking for them. The more precise one is looking for a person here, the more it does not work. But as you would go through, if you're kind of thinking of elimination, like of what you're not looking for, or traits, it's possible.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So it's likely your eyes. It's design magic that would design to take off. Let this not be where you find somebody initially, but the more that a person could be nowhere else, that the magic wears down. So it's
Gotcha.
very subtle. And as you even kind of go through, you'd realize like even detect the magic wouldn't pick up on it because it's so subtle and kind of some weak of a spell. It's made to just sort of make your eyes move.
Interesting. Like it's like the absence of like a space, so it kind of like you kind of like just see everything around it.
Yeah.
Cool. That reminds me of something. All right. I guess there's how are Faerun and Fogel faring, the owners of this inn?
You look and they are charging. They seem to have charging a little slightly less as best they can, just really a few copper off. But they are doing they're taking it. They seem a bit nervous, you can see, especially whenever they deal with any of the Vasselheim faction.
Mm-hmm. And do they look better off like last time than like the last time that Nala? Well, shit. Well, all of us, the three of us, were here.
Yeah, they do. They do look. Things seem to be going a little better for them.
Okay. That's funny. That's nice. Back at it again. Three amigos. All right. So I'm trying to think if there's anything or anybody else that we should try to talk to while we're here.
Oh, definitely. I think one person we should talk to is the armorer. Maybe they're making special boot orders for someone.
Oh, gotcha. Because they said they have footprints on the shoe.
Right.
Gotcha.
Now, granted, they probably brought these with them, but it's also possible they had to get one worked on at some point. You never know.
It wouldn't hurt to ask there, Nala. That's good thinking. Did you use the instrument that you got?
From Jagrun?
Jabrun, yeah.
I was going to use that tonight when I do the next song.
Oh, the next song, yeah.
That's
break
been
time.
my plan.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through my notes.
In fact, when I do that song, it could cause a little bit of chaos in here. So,
like mosh pit chaos, or like?
well, we don't know really what's going to happen. There might be some roles involved.
Or is it like?
I have a guidance that someone gave me specifically for this song. So
Oh my gosh. You sure it's not like electric slide, like
No,
people just dancing all get
no,
up?
not exactly.
No.
It ain't a square dance or.
I'm scared.
Definitely involves audience participation.
Oh no. That's so funny. All right. I think that's it for. I guess I can think of. Oh, I guess you can go talk to the guy, or Nala can. That's it.
Yeah, we can all go just to kind of check in with him because I don't know if he's actually going to have any information or not.
So is the armor you were looking for?
Yeah,
Armor?
the
Okay.
person, whoever works on like armor, that type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a few.
Okay.
And again, you just knew there was somebody you know that your contact here had said no one of the clan he believes was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was in the clan armorers or clan blacksmiths. So you can eliminate some, which leaves you to 5 from Vasselheim.
Okay. Let's see. Out of the 5, I'm not good at insight.
Which one has a beard? Which one wears
Layla.
glasses?
Layla, can you help?
Yes. What am I looking for?
We're trying to figure out which one of these guys looks the most likely to help a group of really stealthy spies and building them really cool armor, and maybe isn't too interested in the city. Maybe.
Well, why don't we?
Do any of them look like they like feet?
No.
Oh, there's Quentin Tarantino right over there.
I was gonna say who looks like they cater to like have more detail in their armor, like like have something that could make up, because like it's feet acting like feet, right? So it had to be have like the lines of feet and have that imprint and like different things. So someone that has like maybe fine detail armor that just showing off like line work, maybe that we can determine possibly.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
All right.
Me or
You, but
me.
I like
Okay.
tell you. No,
Okay.
see, I'm the idea guy.
There's
I
one
come up
Layla
with the
looking
idea
for.
and I say,
Look
look
at
at
this,
look
yeah.
for this.
And Layla said, "What am I looking for? Give me
okay,
something."
that
I'm
definitely.
looking for it.
Dice looks cocked to me.
Could I get give a intelligence modifier for
Yeah.
my idea? Okay, so it'd be +5.
Okay, so we're up to 19 then.
Okay. So, let your eyes pass over. So, in particular, you do start to see a person that, a female, and her armor actually seems to have like a few layers to it. The hinges move of it really well. She herself wears like almost like this like kind of metal and cloth, and as you look, it even looks like pieces of it are tiny metal weave. Kind of behaves that way. And she goes to grab a pipe, and she takes her thumb across a palm, and it sparks a little bit around the pipe to light it. So it looks like somewhat sophisticated. And eye detailed.
That armor looks like it fits like a glove. That detail is amazing.
Yes.
See from here too, she seems like highly decorated and just like different badges on her. She wears almost like this dress as though she must belong to the official temples coming through. So looks kind of important. There's not necessarily guards on her, but definitely somebody who could cause a lot of trouble for a person.
Okay. Like I actually go up to her and like say this to her and like tell her that that it looks amazing, and who made this did you make this yourself?
To you. Clansperson interested in metal.
I have many interests. I read a lot.
Sorry. Most call this a waste of time. That's all. Nothing about the... Anyway. Yes, I made this myself. I've been working on things like it. The best I can. It is a hobby.
I mean, it seems like a quite talented for it to be just a hobby.
Well, need as light damage we can get. We often will have issues at sea. I've been particularly making stuff that's a bit more lightweight. So for
Issues
in the water, you could swim okay and not hold water as much.
Is that why they look so fitted things to your body? Do you do all metal works like that?
Oh, some. And it hasn't. You could say more than one priest has been killed by an arrow through a window. So I'm still working on it, but this type of robe that might be a little bit more, so we say, deterrent to an arrow than cotton.
That is pretty magnificent. I would love something like that, to be honest. Is it comfortable for sleeping in?
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah.
Still need a little bit. It's still put a bit of undergarment under it. And,
If you need,
you wouldn't want to rub too much against it, if you take my meaning.
Well, if you want anyone to test it out in the field, I can definitely do that. I'm sure I'll have feedback quite quickly.
Keep that in mind.
But I wanted to know, well, is it possible that you can make something that is actually fitted to the body, like maybe I wanted to be a silhouette of someone else, but to fine detail. Their veins and maybe the finger imprints on their greaves and hands.
Oh. Indeed. There's more you can do. If we're asking, making a glove of a hand. Kind of thinks for a moment. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. You'd almost have to have it molded by the other person's hand itself, though. It's not that there's a hey, if you can draw something, you can usually make it out of metal.
To think that you have such craftsmanship is quite remarkable. Nala, did you have anything knowledge that you wanted to gain from this person? They seem very magnificent.
Yes, actually, I'm a bit new to metal, but I was hoping for hiring someone who might be able to help me with a bit of a fun project. I had this idea for gauntlets, metal gauntlets, and
Okay.
I thought it would be really cool if I could use them while at the same time, if I wanted to, say, enter a building, I could easily flip them so that they kind of roll back, and I could use my actual hand to enter a building so that, say, if I had to knock at a building, you're not going to hear the metal clang.
So you want something where you can knock and yet no one hear you?
Well, in a way, but no, I do want them to hear me. I want them to hear the rattle of my knuckles, and she kind of taps the table with her hand, rather than the strong clang of a gauntlet.
Ah! I see. Yeah. I mean, if you needed something like that, I could. I'm busy, but I could definitely put it on my deal. You can accomplish it through padding, enough so that the metal makes no resounding force. Bits of cloth, but it would take. Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of development, but it's not impossible.
Fascinating. Oh, wonderful. Perhaps, are you set up here with a shop while you're in town?
Yes, kind of starts to give you the information.
Okay.
Go up. There's the platinum claws.
Fantastic. Well, I will hopefully stop by. Obviously tonight I'm a bit busy, but yes, wonderful.
And of course. Seemingly pretty good. Is there anything else you wanted to get from her?
No, I was mostly just curious if she was able to do that kind of project.
Yeah, and I think like too, like her space is something we can look into.
Mhm.
Maybe we can like find a ledger from her or something like where we can, or maybe see who could leave something like that. Those imprints.
All right. Yeah, you can get a rough idea of where she keeps her, like I said, her shop and everything. She kind of told you, so.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And what was her name again?
I guess she didn't quite give it.
Oh yeah.
But we got her information though, as far as
Yeah. You can definitely find her.
Right. No, we really have to be better at asking people their names and not their businesses.
I know, but the bright side is we can get it tomorrow.
Is there anyone else that you wanted to talk to while we were mingling before your last song?
Not yet, but the song might give us a strong indication of perhaps some people to talk to.
What is this song about?
Oh, you're going to love it, Azariah.
Am I?
Yes. Just hopefully you're wearing cloth today.
Okay.
Yeah, and unless Layla has something to investigate before the song, I think Nala will start to make her way back.
Nope. I think Layla's just gonna try to position herself. If there's like some stairs to a ledge up top or something like that, so she can get a real good view of the whole area, she'd like
Yep.
to do that. Otherwise, in general, she just wants to be able to see as many people as possible. She wants to. So she's going to position herself to do that.
Yeah, and I think Nala will say to Azariah, Azariah, try to keep your eye on anyone not participating in the song, okay?
Okay.
Especially if they're trying to leave during the song.
Noted.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nala will go back to her area, and this time she's not going to use the harp. She's going to pick up that guitar that was sold to her by Jagrun. And so and the reason for this is because this is meant to be more of a silly song, and it's supposed to sound a little drunk, and she doesn't really know how to play this instrument as well yet. So it kind of fits it really fits this song for her to not play it as well, but look like she's purposefully playing it badly. And so she'll say, before I begin tonight, I do want to mention a great instrument seller named Jagrun. Everyone should definitely check out his place. I do all of my major shopping there.
There's a Dragoon!
And she will pick up her guitar. And she looks out into the crowd. And she says, "Come gather close, ye merry crew. Let's start a joyful show. We'll dance, we'll drink, we'll laugh until the morning's final glow. No need for fancy spells or tricks, no need to wonder why. Just grab your shirt up in a bunch and let your belly fly. Show your midriff, show it proud. Lift your linen and sing out loud. From the waistline to the ribs, there's no place for a cloth-made lid. Raise your ale, give us a cheer. Belly buttons are there and here. Wiggle, jiggle, don't be shy. Let those belly buttons fly. I've seen the grandest feast and fights, but nothing beats this fun. When everyone's a bit too drunk and your belly's filled with rum. So gather round and join the cheer. Don't let your laughter in. Just let your belly shine tonight and let that button spin. Whether big or small, in or out, it's a masterpiece. There's no doubt, no rules, no shame. Just let it show. Let your belly button glow. And she'll just keep on singing that to see who does not participate in this song.
Amazing. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
I'm going to use that guidance. Okay, and I will use my feature for this. Ooh, that's a 33.
God damn.
Like, let your belly button fly. It's like, whoa! So in here is the kind of inquisitor that was helping at the gate. Seeing this, looks up like, what the hell? Looks, you can see some of the guards are like looking, and it's very interesting. Yeah, so it starts instantly enough with a few showing it, and they all have belly buttons, and they're getting into it, and then a crew there kind of just sort of backs off of it a bit. Some of them kind of go, it's getting late. Gotta go. And it is at that especially there's a group of the guards, both the Vashine and clan that have been sitting together blocks their entrance. Why don't you have one more drink on us then? Oh no, we need to go. It's just like they go. We insist. And kind of swords begin getting pulled here. It looks like it's going to devolve very quickly.
Oh no.
Mosh pit!
Yeah. Nala is going to be a part of trying to break up the fight a little bit and kind of trying to bring the crowd in, like to almost separate them. Like, like with such a crowd doing so many crazy things right now, it might be possible to do this. I don't know.
Okay. So what's Ezra and Layla? Because you're trying to do your plan, and these guys are going over here. What might they be doing?
Well, the only thing I was told was to watch for people leaving, so I guess I would be following those people that were trying to leave.
Well, how many people does it look like are there?
So it looks like about a good 12 guards here. Or
I mean, they look like they're trying to leave.
Yeah, so they're the ones trying to leave are kind of being surrounded by these guards. And there's a good 20 of them.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm going to be preparing a spell as subtly as possible. I'm just not 100% sure which one it's gonna be yet. So, you go ahead and do, and I will decide which spell I'm preparing. Real quick.
All right, so I guess give me a persuasion check, Nala.
Okay. I'll use another focus mastery.
Okay.
Well, I rolled performance, but it's the same roll. 27.
27. Okay. So, you're trying to just kind of get them separated from the crowd?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the people that look like they're going to fight the other people kind of separated by this wall of people that are dancing through them.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. So, with that for a moment, as you can see them about to draw their weapons, kind of this crowd as they're belly button, kind of step to the right, and the line dance just moves right through them all, move in. And Azariah, you can see the group that were kind of being threatened. As this comes in, they try to get into the crowd and begin kind of moving towards exits. But again, the walls are gone on this place, so they're kind of just trying to get out the best they can. Now the guards are kind of trying to push through people, but they don't want to be too rough necessarily.
Everyone, just calm down. Just have a drink. It's okay. If you feel like you have a little pudge, you don't have to show your belly. Just relax. I'm trying to get everyone to relax and calm down. And
Okay.
I don't want
Yeah,
this.
you kind of put out this group. They're actively trying to get out of here. I would say this idea of calm down. You don't have to. It doesn't seem like it's going to really win them over.
All right, so
you kind
I
of
guess
they appear like they have been threatened and they are out.
I guess what I'm gonna do then is just I will take notes of the people that were are trying to leave instead of just maybe instead of just preventing them from leaving, and I'll take notes and see if hold on. There might be something I can do real quick. Okay, fine. I'll do this. I'm going to upcast Blood Bond, and I touch like one of the people that are leaving that feel upset. I'm going to upcast it and touch them with like a little of my blood, and we're bonded. So they feel invigorated, but they're going to feel real weird in a little bit when I decide to talk to them telepathically. And I can also, I believe, I know the direction and distance to the creature at all times.
Okay.
So I have that for 8 hours. So I'll do that to one of the people that are leaving.
Sounds good. So with that, you kind of have that marked, and the group kind of, with this, they're able to successfully disperse out. At the same time, this kind of inquisitor from before goes, "Let's all hit for Nala!" and goes about kind of ending the night so that more people disperse.
Interesting.
Did the Inquisitor participate in the dancing?
They did not.
Okay.
And there's a few others who didn't. Like I mean, like the people in like full plate not doing it.
Well, yeah, the people that
So there are some like noticeable people, but like
the people that could
makes
have participated.
the big long robes. People aren't like big robes.
Yeah. Based on what the Inquisitor said last week, that makes sense that he wouldn't. I wasn't expecting him to.
Right.
Okay. So I bow.
Yeah, very cool. It kind of begins to end and everything, and I'm going to call a quick 5 minute just because I got to take care of the body, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
Right.
All right, I'm back here. Very fun. So, all right. So from this, as everything is breaking up, what do you all want to do?
Well, I guess if it's starting to clear out, I will get the ladies together and divulge the information. I bonded with one of the people in the group that left abruptly when you were playing your song.
Yeah.
I know exactly where they are right now.
Good. Okay, so these are like the werewolves, or the whatever we're calling them. Hilda had wanted us to identify them. And now that we have, although I don't think they had anything to do with the murders, it's possible they know something. Or maybe they were just the ones who stumbled upon the body. But then again, maybe they did have something to do with it. They're a lead we have to investigate.
By the way, whoever that was got 6 temporary hit points. I rolled my health point and not from my blood pool, but I think maybe we should at least scope out where they are and maybe go from there. We don't need to barge and take anyone from their homes tonight.
Also, if we leave tonight, the guards will be very upset.
Well, if you leave tonight, the guards will be very upset.
That is true.
But maybe if you just, maybe if you dressed up as Torhilda, maybe, and you could, pretend to be her for the night.
I mean, I could do more than that, but I did promise not to.
So, is it just me and Nala going out to see where these trail leads?
If you're doing it tonight, I think so.
I only have 8 hours. Otherwise, the connection's gone and I can't tell where they are.
Would the sun be up in 8 hours or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you sure you can't just hide and follow? And I feel like we're going to need you on this, especially if things turn hairy. No pun intended.
If I go, it's very
Totally
possible.
intended.
So
I always intend your puns. Don't be a coward.
I could just do this.
Hey.
I just got Find Familiar. It takes 2 hours to copy it, right? I can just copy it, and then I have it in my spell book. Then now I can just use it to look through my familiar and go find where the person is bonded. And no one has to go anywhere.
Okay. That's actually a really great point. How long will it take you to do that?
I mean, I do copy the spell, take 2 hours. I use my gold and copy into my spell book. I already have the stuff to copy it, like I have the ink and everything like that. And then after that, I'll just go out and try to find the person. I know, like it's a lot. As long as they're on this plane, I know where they are. So there's no cap to the distance.
Are you notified if they're in trouble? Because we saw what happened in here. It's possible they're going to be hunted.
If they die, I know what they're where they are. I mean that they die, but besides that, I don't know that they're like particularly.
We really need to interview them. That's the thing.
Well, I can speak to them telepathically right now if I wanted.
Oh, well, that might help. Maybe we can convince them to meet us somewhere. That we're not going to hurt them. That we're just wanting to talk. Which is
Doesn't
true.
mean they won't want to hurt us.
At which point we will hurt them.
hurt them harder. Urgh.
Yes, much harder. But in the meantime, I'm worried about a 2-hour break because they could be running into some trouble right now.
Okay. Well, so do you suggest that I just reach out to them now and tell them to
Yes.
lay low for 2 hours, or what should I say?
Use your convincing influence. You need to make them believe you're on their side. You
This
can
is
be quite
great.
persuasive.
Okay, fine. I started just telepathically barraging this person. I know I didn't ask for your consent. That's how I start the conversation. But I know that you might be very anxious right now, and a voice in your head is probably the last thing you need to hear. Wow, I'm really not the voice that someone needs to hear right now.
Can I help him by just like
no,
not me doing it, but like can Nala be feeding him things to say to help a little bit?
I like that.
No,
because you guys
yeah.
haven't done the couple vibe in a little bit. So
Yeah, no, I'm
oh,
down.
no, say it like this.
Yeah. I think it's so funny like this. They're like they're going back and forth, and you're like, no. I'm like, that's true. Okay. What should I say now? I'm sorry. This is kind of weird.
Okay. Tell him that we purposely blocked the guards from harming them so that they could get away, because we just want to talk to them.
We just want to talk to you. We blocked the guards from harming you, and we think you're being maybe ill persecuted. Could we possibly talk in private?
Okay, so all of this. So they can talk telepathically.
Yeah, telepathically at any time for 8 hours.
So you can hear. So this is guttural voice. This one will meet you.
I'm not sure how.
Underneath the wolfen lamp. They will lead you to me. Then we will talk. I will speak for my children.
It's got fucking shivers. Sorry. All right. Anyways, so it looks like I just got the mind of the hive.
The Borg Queen. Got it.
It seems like I was able to connect with the main entity through the blood bond, and he's going to meet me under the wolfen lamp.
Great. I told you you could do it. You got passed up right up to the leadership.
I mean, I could talk to him again. Should I tell him to meet me in 2 hours because I don't feel quite comfortable in my form right now? Honestly, he told me that he would speak for his children, and I got shudders. It reminded me of my dad, but it was scary.
Oh, well, I'll make sure they're okay with seeing all of us. I just worry if things go south. I don't want any one person in there alone. But we are there for peace, and I don't foresee us fighting unless they give us no alternative. Don't tell them that.
Fair enough. Well, we do come in peace, and we hope that you are coming in good faith. We don't mean to sick this city on you or anything like that, and I hope you come also seeking the same. I will have two others, at least. Shall we meet in 2 hours?
In 2 hours. All right.
So I'll hurry up, right? When he says 2 hours, I'm getting on the spell, I'm going, I'm running, I'm inking it down, I'm looking at the runes, translating it to a different form, I'm working with it, I'm doing all that stuff. So we can go and meet them at the thingy thing.
Layla, I think this place will be secluded enough for you to join us.
Well, I will, just so you know, I will join you, but it is still not a great idea.
I think you should dress as, like, you can just come out as Torhilda, right? They see Torhilda came in here, like, we have other people that are staying here. If you come out as someone else, they'll just assume that, you know, it's you. It's not you, should I say. It's just
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it, but it's, yeah, I'll go with, and I guess I'll try to just cover myself up. I don't want to try to dress up as somebody else necessarily.
Okay.
But I'll put on a, cloak with a hood and hopefully not. It'll be fine.
Okay. So you're going to put some stuff on there the best you can. All right, so in that case, I guess give me a group stealth check.
Joy, joy, joy.
The one thing I will do is I'll kind of darken my tattoos. So in other words, give myself advantage because of my racial feature.
Got it.
All right. Stealth it is. 22.
That's good. 21.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
God damn it.
No. Hey, this was the oh shit I forgot because I was reading. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! 21. Okay. All right. I
Still
can
not
be
as good
with
as
the cool
Nala.
kids. I can be with the cool kids. Okay.
The wizard, like, okay, bottles, stay good.
Well,
Let's do this.
it's the wizard that wears armor, so I
Right.
get disadvantage with the armor, but I have the cloak of the bat, so it's canceled out.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one in a campaign. It's awesome.
Nice. You're like, oh, okay. All right. In that case, you continue forth. It does seem like you've been able to avoid, at least that you can see, any creatures that, or any humans that are trying to follow. Most part, they don't seem, potentially those who were really on you were more distracted with kind of the issue, and there were still many people who hadn't left yet too, so kind of pushing out the crowd, gone up, no one saw you leave your room, so for now it seems things are okay. And therefore, it is with that you slowly make your way. You can see the individual waiting, kind of looking a little worried, a little sweaty, nervous, as they seem to have themselves just underneath the woofing lamp. You can see a wolf-type totem built up the lamp that's glow softly, the oil. I kind of look at you. Are you the ones that are supposed to come?
Yes, that's us.
Is us.
Okay. No one's ever been invited back before.
And honestly, I'm about 2 seconds and a trip away from shitting myself.
we were hoping we could work together on something. We've been investigating a murder. You've probably heard of it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have been wanting to pin this on wolves, but I have a feeling that's not so simple. I was curious if you had any information about what happened that night.
I was told to bring you, so I will bring you. Come.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're coming, we're going.
Yep.
We're on our way, we're going.
That totem, I look at Azariah and I'm like, is that a magical totem?
What totem? I'm sorry.
Wasn't there like a totem of a wolf that was just described?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I thought it was. I've never seen that before, really. Do you know what maybe tribal historical? I like think of any historical references to maybe that totem I've heard, that like the levels, because usually with totems, right? Like each animal means something on each level. So.
Yeah, you can give me a
History.
yeah, sorry. History check.
All right. 25.
25. Staring at this, you can see there's much attention made to put like almost like carvings of wooden flames within it, indicating like a spiritual presence. Even pieces of like shield on what might be eventually its shoulders. So this seems to be to guardian wolf of the clans.
Is it something that we could like pray to, or like maybe like resonate with? In
Could
a way.
be.
Yeah, I will try to like interact with it, like bring out like like just to know what I know about magic and feel the magical energies and the lines, I guess, that might be in the air. Seeing what maybe arcane pulls I can get from it around here.
Yeah, I think letting that out, there's a sense of almost like a sickness, weak, and you can see like lines. And what is that? This, looking closely, it's like in and out of your sight almost, but it's almost like that of a dying wolf. Is the sense that you get of a weakening of the whatever this guardian was meant to do.
Right, the lifeline of it, right? Because basically, okay. Because one of the biggest thing, right, of Sacred Mastery is like the life force stuff. So the life force is weakening, but I don't know where. Maybe like this might be a representation of it, but it doesn't seem like it's the source of it, right?
Right. This could be based on how it is. What is thought to the lore of the tribes is that things like this, often when built, would be blessed by the elemental or spirit figure.
Gotcha.
Often like leaving behind what they would often call a spirit child. that would do the duties. And so the spirit chart of this totem seems very weak.
Gotcha. And is this like a physical being that maybe we can find? Or
That it was modeled after? Probably. That you actually think the 6th spirit child is like around this totem.
okay.
But to do much more, you'd have to kind of take away from following this person.
Right, yeah. So I'll take what I've gathered from this and continue.
Okay. All right, you follow, and they kind of look left and right. They seem definitely nervous. But they continue leading you down streets, and then finally, they take you behind a small shrine. And they reach down and grab a stone with both their hands and begin to turn it. And it like rotates as if on a circle hinge. And at that point, in a circle, the bricks around it rotate. Sort of cemented together. And they click and lower about 3 feet, and then they kind of flatten their body the best they can, and there's a little 2-foot gap that they squeeze through as they go. Come on.
Yeah, follow.
All right. You follow down, and now there you can see many broken bottles. Glass has been like pushed or swept towards the edges. A strange chemical smell. It sounds like different potions or concoctions that are having mixed. And in what looks like a kind of space that maybe was meant for sleeping, many bunks have been kind of moved to the side, and which clearly seems to be made out of what once was like wood to make beds is this large chair. And upon it sits this kind of humanoid red-haired wolf. And the creature has claws for fingers and very much different, as the one leading you kind of pauses and goes up straight, and you hear in your head, Azariah, the one who called me.
Yes, is that this one here? I don't really want to know the details. Are you separate from other entities here, or are you the ruler of all of your kind?
None of my kind other than me are here. I am the only one.
Are they still speaking in their minds?
I think they're stopped. They're just speak now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
We've been investigating a murder that took place. We were hoping that perhaps our goals might be aligned. It seems a lot of people have put blame without a lot of evidence. I'm wondering if there's any evidence that you might have of something, or maybe someone saw something that night.
Hmm. The murder of the missionary's daughter.
Yes.
I did not do such a thing.
I did not think you had. To me, this felt, or it feels in my gut like someone is wanting to distract from the actual murderer.
I was injured. My kind of holds up. You see missing teeth. Teeth taken. There's one with claws, and there's like, looks like the tops of his fingers which have been chopped off. Claws gone.
Claw and tooth. If you encountered a man named Highland,
No.
oh. The missionary did say claw and tooth, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was just briefly thinking back to the Munster teeth dealer, and I was just checking. All right.
It's not by name, anyway.
What did he look like?
One that took. I don't remember. I was walking and 3 spears pierced my back. I passed out. I awoke being stolen from.
When did this take place?
A week or 2.
Oh, I definitely think that's Highland.
I needed protection, so for a few reasons, from whatever was still hunting, and from more of my kind, they kill the injured. So I have made these to protect me, and then like the 20 or so people, to protect you, Lord.
I was going to ask why you would be away from your pack, but now it makes sense.
They'll call you Lord. What is your name? I'm just doing that for Azariah.
For me, I am long in wisdom, if not in tooth.
His name is Wisdom, Long, or Tooth?
Long in wisdom, but not in tooth.
Oh, Long. Okay,
Name,
because I
yeah.
was writing that whole thing down.
Yeah, it is its whole thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Do you know Dragavaga? And as she says the name, her face will glow blue with the marking of the wolf.
I know of that, yes.
Are they friend or foe?
We are not of Dragavaga. He or they tolerate us as long as we obey the hunt.
So, a week ago you were attacked with these spears, and they took from you your claws and teeth. And do you believe these were also people who were involved in the murder?
I only know I lacked the means. And there are none like me here. Just me and my children.
I see.
That's why I tried to hide under Jagavagar's sign, the Great Wolf, hoping they would at least grant me peace.
Was the totem we passed, did it look like Dragovarger?
So, yeah, there's Jagavagar.
Oh, yes. Okay. I was thinking that in my head, like when we were passing it, but I was like, I don't know if that's the blue wolf. Okay. That's so cool. Okay.
But he grows sick above. You knew of my people. Why? They usually don't leave those who can spread the tale.
That
Go ahead.
go ahead, Nala.
I was just going to answer that with we did come across 2 such people who claimed they were exiles from their clan. They did not have belly buttons, and soon revealed themselves, which we didn't. We never cared what they were. It was their actions toward us that turned us against them.
Well, before that, Nala, that is when we encountered those wolves. And
Yes.
the ones that were in the caves.
You are right.
My people, it is their way. I do not know your smell. That is likely what attracted them to you. You're new. They don't like new. They wanted to know what you were. So they tried to send people.
Is that what they do? They send the skin stealers to figure out who they are interacting with.
Skin stealers.
It might be a
Yes. In a way. Yes. We live where we live and try to have our children in all tribes. So we know what is happening. And when we need to hunt, makes it easier.
It's regrettable that we only came here to this land to find peace. What happened was unfortunate. Nonetheless, I'm hopeful that our conversation here perhaps will go a different way than that.
I think we can come to an agreement where we help you remain safe and under the dark here in the Sionis, but you help us determine who the killer is. And also, possibly, depending on how well we protect you, you tell us how we could possibly be rid or befriend some of your wolves, so we're or kin, so we are not hunted.
I will answer your questions about my people. If this hunt of the city stops, some of mine have tried to come, put rumors of other children of my people killed at the gate. As much as I don't want my people to find me, I don't wish them to lose their children.
Well, if you are under the, or at least seeking to be under the protection, if I understood you correctly, of Dryger Varga, we are friendly toward the mother. Of course, her face will glow again with the mark of a wolf.
Interesting. I don't know if they will grant me mercy.
I could try to speak to her.
I will tell you this then. If you will attempt to represent one, my children saw the wounds. They are of wolf kind. A type, anyway. But it seems to me corrupted immensely. Furthermore, my people cannot be trusted. At least not to live or to not hunt. It is their nature to birth children.
And then, after saying this, why shall we, of course, trust you?
Because I cannot birth more children under hunt. Hard to raise a family in such conditions.
How does one birth children who cannot hunt?
Well, exactly. My children are being hunted. If this ends, my children will no longer be hunted. And I can birth more in safety. That is why you can trust me in this. I benefit.
Fair.
But
Yes.
none of mine will agree not to use you to have children. Not in their hearts, anyway.
I think that's true.
And we will keep that in mind with dealing with your kind in the future.
Looks
Maybe not you, long with wisdom. What else? Is there anything from your children and any implants you have within the Vasselheim community that know where their leads are according for this killer?
what I can tell you is they are under the streets as I am. I feel their magic through the rock, from precisely where I do not know. We found this. There are others built by those of Vasselheim. And I can feel them use me. It drains my life, whatever they are doing with my pieces. It is Good if they are found and stopped. I can feel their power from their city mixing with that of the tribes. And I believe it is what drains the representative of Jagavaga above.
If I remember right, Matt, I'm thinking above table here. When I last spoke to Dragovarga, they had wanted us to look, or they didn't want us to, but they had mentioned that if we looked into their child, that they might be willing to talk. But I don't think we had any means of actually contacting them beyond that, if I'm remembering right.
Correct. Yeah, they're definitely more. Yeah, they were more like figure stuff out. They're a little bit more hands-offy with their stuff.
Okay. I think our conversation was quite fruitful.
You can contact me, Blooded One. If there's something my children can look for, I will send them.
That is noted. Thank you.
My eyes and ears are yours if you're trying to find this aberrant person. And suppose all of you, if they wish to have you find something, look for it for them. Yes, Lord. Yes, Mother. Good children.
It was nice getting to meet one of your kind and not have it try to eat me, so I will bid you adieu.
Good day.
Layla,
Yes.
what do you think of all this?
I think we're making it. I'll be honest. I've been kind of in and out all night here.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I want to. I just don't have it.
Gotcha. Well, we now have a lot of leads, including a armorer, a note we need to write Mary. Now these wolves, possibly looking into Dragovarga again. And her case clothes.
The wolves, the runeskins disappearing, Randon's son that's been taken by them as well, and they're trying to find it. So everything's really kind of revolving around this murder and the aberrant, and we got to try to find out who that be.
Like, I don't know if it's Highland or not, but based on the time, I mean, I think Highland said he'd been here during that time period. He's been here at least a week. It's possible that he has the teeth. And if he's been dealing with selling and collecting and that sort of thing, maybe if we look at his wares.
Where did we meet Highland again for the first
outside
time?
of the gate? He was outside of the gate.
Yeah.
He was a part of one of the groups that had traveled to the city.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay, that's that guy's name that you guys met outside.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember I watch it on like 1.5 speed, and while you guys actually do talk normally, at that speed, sometimes you can miss names. So Highland was that guy, and you guys gave him money to try to get him in,
Well,
like quicker.
Not to
Or
get
something.
him in, but he had said that he could talk to the guards to get us in. So that makes me think
Right.
he probably has a way in. And so he might have come in and attacked her and taken the teeth and claws. And
Oh, did
if he
they say it was recent?
Yeah, a week. They
Oh,
said it happened within the last week. And that's why I asked, because I was thinking if this had happened a longer time ago, then it's probably not Highland. But if it's within a week, it's possibly Highland.
I mean, it's been like what? I guess it's been 2 days since you guys got here.
No, I think this is actually the first day we've gotten here because this is the first night. Because we just set up at the inn and everything, and we were going to play that night at the end.
Right.
Correct.
Sure.
Yeah, this is the first night.
This is the first night. Yeah. Okay, that's right. General. Okay.
So now we also have to follow with that one too. So that's a whole other lead. Which, if he has information about that, then he might be doing this for another reason other than just being interested in teeth. Because if he went after Long in wisdom, but not in tooth, then he might be more involved than we realized.
You know, if we just got a hold of the doctor's body, I could possibly just figure out who killed her and what they look like.
You know, we could try to get to the body. How long is it? We don't even know how long it's been since she died. Wait. Oh, we know it's within the last week because they said they didn't have the means to kill her and they didn't have the claws in her teeth.
Right.
Did we actually find out last week when the daughter died?
See, so there's two things. There's a whole bunch of religious people. So I'm thinking they're probably keeping her body pristine until they actually decide to do whatever to her. Her body is probably if we snuck in, got her brain just a little bit.
No, I agree. I think
it's been within the last week. Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to bury her here because they're from Vasselheim, and he would probably insist on taking her back. So yeah, I think they've got the body somewhere, and that would be helpful. We only know that the stomach was taken and her throat was apparently messed up.
Right. So many things to do.
I love it.
I know the problem. I'm just sad that I'm not going to be here next week.
Oh,
that's why I'm upset.
Okay. Well,
another switcheroo, but I'm ready to obviously. I think this is. I don't know. I think we got a good direction and then learned a lot. I think we probably are leaving at this time.
Okay.
But because I don't think there's anything else I want to get from Long in Wisdom. So.
Yeah, me either.
All right. In that case, if that is it, you gotta kind of head back to the inn, and we can end for tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And we're watching. Thank you so much, and we will get back to the insanity next week.
Bye.